monitoring this standoff in Surprise, where police are in a standoff situation with a man who's believed to have shot a 6-month-old. You can see right now the home appears to be on fire. This just happened moments ago after we brought you live pictures of the scene off the top of the newscast, and you can see aggressive, lot of flames coming out. We also have a drone. I can't show you the drone video live because we are worried about revealing positions of SWAT tactical officers, but I can tell you that police have this house surrounded. They have a number of armored vehicles all around this house. There's a lot of emergency personnel on the scene, and so now we have a fire that has broken out. This is near 167th Drive and Sierra Street, and to remind you, this all started with a domestic violence call. Officers responded to this home for reports that a woman was being held hostage by her baby's father, and she told police that she believed the child, the 6-month-old, was in danger. When officers got there to the scene, they say they heard gunfire. They forcibly entered the home, and they found the baby, the 6-month-old, had been shot multiple times. The 6-month-old has since been flown to the hospital with multiple gunshot wounds. At the early onset of this, even though officers made entry into the home, they say they did not find the suspect, so they believed he was inside the building. All right, I think we can show you the drone video now. It shows you an aerial picture of this house on fire with a lot of flames coming out of the side of the house, and at the bottom of the screen you can see an armored vehicle there, one of several that are there at the scene. Our Alexis Dominguez is also there at the scene gathering more details, but boy, this fire only seems to be accelerating. I do not see any firefighters there, just a lot of police officers. So we're going to continue to monitor this. Do we want to stay on this, or do we want to move on? We're going to stay on it just for a second. Can we bring up Jamie's mic? Because I want to talk to Jamie a little bit about what she is seeing. I'm kind of at the control panel here. I don't see all the video, but a chaotic scene today, Jamie.
Well, Derek, we've been watching this for several hours as the situation kind of unfolded, and you gave a great summary of what happened here with the domestic violence call happening earlier in the day. We watched as SWAT and police had this area surrounded. Now, this black smoke that we are seeing billowing out of this building, you have to wonder what kind of materials are burning right there, and those flames are intense. I'm not sure I've seen a fire burn in this way before. So once again, SWAT police have had this place surrounded for hours now. We've been watching this probably since about 1 o'clock today with a domestic violence call. We know that a 6-month-old baby had multiple gunshots. So we don't know what led up to this situation. We don't know if anyone else is in that building. We're also worried now at this point who else is in the neighborhood. I know that the police have been working with neighbors to get them to safety during all of this. But you can see here from this wider view, thank you for that camera shot, that this isn't a neighborhood. It's a row of houses there. And now that smoke, that huge smoke, that as folks are driving by on the highway will be seeing this smoke come out, very, very dark black. Like you mentioned, Derek, we're not seeing firefighters here yet. We can only imagine they're on the way. And now look at the home. Right. And now you can see that it's spread throughout the home. And it's clearly there's quite a bit of winds out there too, because this smoke is really billowing in the direction of other homes. So that's obviously a concern. One thing I can point out to you, if we can tell Hector, our wonderful drone operator, to back out the shot a little bit, you can see on the left-hand side of the screen, and maybe I can point to this from our camera 11 shot. There's a couple of vehicles here. This one right here is a battering ram. They actually used this battering ram to knock down the block wall here in the back of the home so that they could gain entry as they were setting up in their tactical position. And Hector has now gotten us a much better shot there. Thank you, Hector, of that battering ram. They have a lot of heavy police equipment there at this home, but there are no firefighters. Obviously, fire was not part of the equation. But I can tell you, Jamie, just based on how fast these flames spread and grew inside the home, it certainly looks like this fire, you have to think it was intentionally set. I mean, there was some sort of accelerant or something that was involved here, because this fire
just exploded in size within just minutes.
No doubt about it. This has been a scene that we have been watching for hours, and we did see use of force to try to gain entry into the home. You can see at the top right you have someone walking around likely with some kind of gun. So this has been very highly monitored by police and SWAT, who are very armed. You see another one of those big black SWAT vehicles there as well. Of course, such a devastating situation when you talk about a 6-month-old child.
Oh, yeah. And Jamie, our Alexis Dominguez is at the scene on the ground right now, and I think we can bring her in live. Okay. Alexis, what are you seeing from your vantage point?
Yes, it's fire.
Well, it has gotten really chaotic in the last couple of minutes, so you can see that those flames have really taken off. We want to give you a look at that because it seems to be growing extremely quickly. So you can see a lot of the smoke coming out of those windows. And I do want to show you guys, this is a pretty new neighborhood. So they did evacuate a lot of the homes nearby to where this is all taking place for safety precaution. So we have heard a couple sirens here and there, so I don't have a vantage point into what exactly is going on right in front of that home, but I can tell you we did hear some sirens here, and you can see that smoke has really gotten really dark and black, so we can really see those flames coming out of what seems to be the backyard there. So it looks like it's kind of flowing into the patio and into the backyard. And I can tell you, we see a surprise fire department fire truck going through right here in this neighborhood. So it seems like they are getting crews to the home here to try to put out those flames. But again, really chaotic. So it seems like, you know, they've been kind of wanting to negotiate with the suspect who they believed was inside this home. It's still unknown if he or was the one who put fire to this home, or if it was something with the SWAT team. Still unclear on the details here, but it seems to really be growing pretty fast. And again, we're hearing sirens, so it looks to be like they are getting crews out to this area.
Alexis, talk to me a little bit about the neighborhood, because you mentioned that neighbors had been evacuated. Can you talk to me about that? Is it pretty quiet there?
Yeah, so again, this is a pretty new neighborhood. You can see a lot of the homes are still under construction. So police were telling us not a lot of people live here yet. That's the good news there. So they did evacuate the people who were in the nearby homes just for precaution. So we did see a couple families actually getting walked out of the neighborhood by police to get them into a safe area. We saw, a woman who seemed to be pregnant, a family with 2 small children. So they were really trying to be safe because they really don't know what could happen in these situations. So they just want to make sure everyone in the nearby area is safe. So they did go ahead and get those people out.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Alexis, thank you. It's 3:16 right now. Derek, as we take a look at these live pictures, you see kind of the smoke changing color here, so we don't know what this means, but man, we have seen this grown fiercely as far as if anyone is still in that home or could be alive at that point. Definitely creating something in there. We don't know what caused this fire to begin. We know that there was a standoff with a possible suspect in a domestic situation that happened earlier today. Derek, will you tell everyone, for folks who might be just tuning in, looking at this right now, how this all started earlier?
Jamie, this all started this afternoon when officers got a call of a domestic violence situation in Surprise near 167th Drive and Sierra Street. This is right not too far from the 303 and Cactus, if you're familiar with that. But basically a woman reported that she was being held hostage by her baby's father. And when officers got there, there was concern about the well-being of this 6-month child. They forcibly made entry. They heard gunfire, and they were able to find this 6-month-old baby with multiple gunshot wounds. This baby was airlifted to the hospital. We don't have an update on the baby's condition. And at that point, it basically set off a long standoff situation unfolding for a few hours. Negotiations were underway trying to get this man, the baby's father, out of the home safely. But instead, we see, at about 8 minutes ago or so, we saw flames starting to come out, and the flames just exploded. And I'm sure a lot of folks are sitting at home and wondering, well, why haven't we seen the fire department show up yet? What's going on? Unfortunately, we have a situation where there might be an armed person there, and so there's a delicate balance happening here where you do not want to put emergency responders in harm's way and have them rushing into a situation where they could be fired upon. And so they have to sort of do a balancing act and take a defensive posture here.
Oh, look at this.
Yeah.
You see that?
Oh, yeah. So we have, that's one of the Bearcat vehicles. I think that's what they're called. But it's an armored vehicle that's used for these special assignment units that can, withstand gunfire. It's not designed to fight a fire, but it is designed to deal with a hold-up suspect for sure.
Well, you see the people on the other side of the fence right there, terribly close to where those flames are raging. And I'm not sure I've seen a house fire like this before. We saw it really move through the home, and those flames just tearing from the windows. I'm no emergency official, but I'd advise those two people to kind of back away. And then we saw that major SWAT vehicle move into that area, positioning for whatever might be next. Again, huge billowing black smoke. This is the area near 167th Drive and Sierra Street. So we are working to get you more information. Our Alexis Dominguez is there. We did see fire crews pull up, but as Derek said, let's take a look at this wider picture here so we can see what vehicles are around this home. This all started with a domestic call. There was a standoff with SWAT. There may or may not be someone still in this home at this point. We do not know that information right now. We also don't know much about that woman who was allegedly attacked today or had some kind of situation with her, the father of her child. We know that child was shot. That 6-month-old child was shot multiple times. So this entire day has been very disturbing for what has happened here. And as we watch this home go up in flames, we just don't know who all is inside that building. We know that police have evacuated this neighborhood. As Alexis told us, this is a newer neighborhood. So you can see on the left side of the screen, there's not a neighborhood, but that is behind them there. But this smoke is continued to billow out of this home. Each window is still filled with flames here, Derek.
Jamie, we are able to get, I think, a couple of new images for you, a couple of new angles from our ADOT cameras. So if we can take some of those right now. This is on REM 31 and REM 32. As I've been saying, this is a home that's near the 303 and Cactus, just south of Cactus, in kind of a new development that's not too far from the 303 at all, just west of the 303. And this is putting off a lot of smoke that's now visible, apparently from the 303 and Cactus. And I think you can see in another angle. Oh, they're zooming in there. Okay. Yeah, and then from another angle, it looks like traffic. I mean, fortunately, traffic is moving by. This is not affecting traffic at all, but the smoke is really billowing and visible from a lot of parts of Surprise.
And folks are going to ask about the billowing smoke. They usually call a newsroom when they start seeing the smoke and wondering what was going on. Right when we took that closer shot, I started to see some officers maybe move toward that home, so I don't know if something's happening toward the front of that home. But again, you can see that Bearcat vehicle that is sandwiched between the flames and that block wall. You have people on the other side of that block wall watching as these flames just rage out of this home. Again, this fire started maybe about 3:08, just about 10-15 minutes ago. But this whole situation has been going on for hours now. All of it very, very disturbing, where you have a woman who is maybe being held by the father of her child. That child shot multiple times inside this home. This home, again, is 167th Drive and Sierra Street. So many of our local police and SWAT are out there. And as you take a look at that right side, you can still look at those flames, Derek.
Yeah, it's unbelievable, and I can show you, I'll give you a little bit of a better sense of where this is happening. Again, this is right by the 303, just west of the 303, and Paul is manning the traffic computer like a hero back there, but basically it's in a community that's just west of the 303. I believe it's over just south of Cactus, Paul. We're looking at Peoria right now. Yes, so it's right here, guys. This is where it's happening. So this is Cactus, this is the 303, and this is where this home is on fire here.